Everyone, it's Lisa here. So I have something to share with you today. So my friend Wendy, who owns w2scrapbooking.com, she has a online store that she's located in Canada, so she ships across Canada to the States as well. And she's got like a ton of stuff. And let me tell you, if you follow Wendy on Facebook and through her blog, which is shinyobjects.blogspot.com. I'll leave the links to everything below, but she does amazing art journalings, and what she has been doing is she's making these mixed media kits up. So she asked me for the month of March to be a guest designer for her mixed media kit. So this is the March kit. I'm going to show you what you get in it. So I haven't touched anything with this yet. So I'm going to show you what you get. You get like this super, like, it is extremely crazy thick black cardstock. And it's got like this kind of like waffle pattern on there, if you can see that. So it's really neat. There's a couple other things you get. You get like this tissue paper, which I cannot wait to play with. So you get that. Look how amazing it is. You get this piece of canvas, which has like this kind of print on it. Just kind of looks like a whole bunch of advertisements on top of it. And it's like a good chunk of canvas. There is this piece of, I think it's adhesive backed actually. Let me see. And I have like no nails, so I believe it is. Yes, it is. It's adhesive backed, and it's like in this greeny color. There's this fun stuff. This looks like, I don't even know, but it looks like gauze, but it's like on this tube, but it feels like plasticky all at the same time. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that, but that looks fun. There is this little kind of like doily stencil, which this feels like thicker than that, and it may even be sticky backed, and I don't think it is actually. I think it's just super thick cardstock. So it's super thick. Here's another piece of that canvas. There is a doily, a gold doily in there. Didn't even know it was gold. And then there is this fabric in here. I don't know, this may be from Tim Holtz. I'm not 100% for sure, but I think it's amazing. Then there's like this vellum, which has like silver on top of it. This is like a leaf. There is this one that is as well as silver, and it's on vellum, and there is like kind of like dotted circles with the little flowers on the side, with like some other little flowers on the outside. There's some of this string. These are mistable. I know they're probably not going to show up, but there's actually like a resist pattern on here. If you can kind of see that. So I'm not sure how those are going to work into what I'm thinking of today, but we will find out. So you get 4 of those. I'm not sure if I'll use those on this particular thing that I have. There's these pearls, and then these are I don't even know what these are, but they're like circles, and they're plastic, and they're thick, and I think it would be awesome to use those as modeling paste. So with that being said, that is the kit for the month of March. So make sure you check out the link below, so that way you can find the kit if you're interested in purchasing it, and make sure you follow myself as well as Wendy. I'm sure there's going to be lots more projects linked up with this particular kit. It looks amazing. I have a couple ideas on what I want to do with it. So I thought the first thing that I would like to do would be to do an art journal page. So first things first, I am working in the big book. So this is the one that it is 14 inches tall, 11 inches this way. So it's actually 22 inches this way. So I have quite a bit of surface area to work on. So I'm going to actually tape my spine, put gesso on top of it, dry it, and then I'll be right back. So my next thought was to create something in the background. So I don't even know at this point what the end result of my page is going to be. But my thinking is if I at least put something down, if I cover it up, I cover it up. But if I don't, it's at least there so that way I can do something with it. So I have a dictionary here. This does not come in the kit. This is just something out of my stash. And literally I'm just going to take some matte medium down, and I am just going to rip pages out of here and just glue them down randomly. So no really technical process to this. So I'm just going to use the whole sheets. And I might make some this way. I might make some the lengthwise. I just want to just create some background noise so that way I have something there. That dry, so it is completely dry. I'm gonna use this I don't know, cardstock, I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna use this to create some texture. So I'm gonna use some light modeling paste, and I'm just gonna put this kind of randomly all over the page, as well as I am going to use probably just one of these because they're both exactly the same. Either that or I might kind of like go like that, so that way I kind of get that look to it. And just use these as like a stencil over top of what I have going on here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. So we left off here. I let this dry overnight. We're going to go over top of this with a glaze. So I'm going to be using the Payne's Gray, and just going to get a little bit on here. And I have to say a huge thank you to my friend Anita. You can find her as Anita Be Crafty on Facebook. I ran out of acrylic glaze, so she was kind enough to borrow me some satin glaze. So I appreciate it so much, so that way I could finish this project for Wendy's little share on her kit. So I'm just mixing 50-50 up with the glaze and Payne's Gray. And I'm going to go over the whole thing, let it sit for about a minute, wipe it down with some baby wipes, and we'll see what we get. At this point here, and what I'm gonna do is, in the kit you get all this kind of material and canvas and string and stuff like that, and I saw a picture on Pinterest of actually somebody else's art journal. This is not exactly like theirs, but I took inspiration from it, and if I remember to, I will post a picture of the picture that I saw on Pinterest. So basically it was like a dress form, and what they did is they took canvas and material and they made the skirt this very like you know, it was like strips of it, and it was frayed, and it had lots of texture and depth to it. So when I saw this actually in the kit, it just kind of like made me think of that picture. So I want to do that. So to kind of, you know, help out, because there's lots of material here, but I definitely need a little bit more. So what I'm going to actually use is the canvas that I actually had underneath a lot of my art journals, that what I was doing. So this is like the mess of it, and I thought, you know what, let's just embrace it, let's use it. So I actually cut this out from the silhouette. I just found a file and I'm going to cut it out. I already cut it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it, cut this out, and then I'm going to use some of the scraps for like added layers and stuff like that. I'll probably add a little bit of color to the canvas that I have here, but I just wanted to kind of show you where I'm going like from here. So I think probably the best way to cut this out is I want it to be roughly here. I'm just going to go to the back side and actually just use a Sharpie, and then I'm just going to trace it out and then cut it out, and then we'll go from there. So I was trying to figure out how to attach these strips of fabric to this particular piece. So the only thing I can think of is to sew, which it's a dress, so it should be sewed on, right? So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to head over to my sewing machine. I'm probably going to do this in a couple layers, just so that way I can kind of add a little bit of bulk to it. And yeah, so I'll do that and I'll be right back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so I sewed that. Don't judge me on my sewing because I do not sew. So anyway, I really like how layered that is. I'm not really sure where I should put this dress, whether I should put it over here, right here. I'm not really sure yet, but you know what I did notice when I was doing this is this background is kind of like fading into it. And I don't really know how to brighten it up other than maybe a little bit of fluorescent. That might just kind of, you know, bring the pink that's in here out of it. I don't know how I'm going to apply it. So I'm just going to put some on a palette. And I don't know. We're just going to, I don't know. We'll see what happens. To finish up this page, and you can see that dress really stands out quite a bit better. So there are some other things that I'm going to do to help isolate the dress, but for right now all I'm going to do is I'm going to get some regular gel medium and I'm going to glue that down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see them. These are those pearls. This is some alcohol ink, and this is, there's a mixing ball in here, and I haven't used this forever. But what you do is you shake it up, and then you're going to go over top of these pearls, and you're going to make them gold. I just thought it would be nice to accent the dress a little bit, so I'm going to shake this up real good. It's like super thick, but I'm going to shake that up, ink up these little pearls, and I'll put them on the dress with some probably regular gel medium, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to isolate this dress a little bit. So I have some white paint. This is actually gesso on my finger, and I'm just going to lightly fan out the white and just isolate it a little bit. I am going to lose some of the gold, but I just want to isolate it. And then that way that dress will stand out quite a bit more. And yeah, so we'll just do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got that part done. I still have some leftover gesso here, so I want to make some dots on my letters. So I'm just going to go in with the end of the paintbrush, and I'm just going to add some line. Okay, so I thought I was done, and I wasn't. I actually came in with some of the fluorescent pink and actually just started making drops, just like that. Not right over the words, a little bit more controlled than that. And it just brightened it up so much. And I love it now. That is kind of looking a lot better. So if it's a little too much, I'm just literally taking a baby wipe and just wiping it back just a little bit. I just want like a little drop there. I love that, how it's just kind of bringing your eye to the journaling and to the dress. So just light little tap until it just drops. There we go. So there. That makes me happy. I love it now. So yeah. Sorry, somebody was messaging me. So I'm calling it done here. I freaking love this page. So I have 2 more little projects coming up. So make sure you stay tuned for those. as well as I'm going to leave a link for Wendy's Mix Your Media Kit, and make sure you get your hands on them because they're lots of fun, especially if you're getting out into art journaling. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!